almost 2 years ago, we started building our core product from the ground up. That product became Flex. And one of the core ideas was that we needed a modern foundation for creative work. A product where AI could understand the structure of an experience and use the same capabilities as the end user to help create or modify the work. But just as importantly, we did not want AI to take control away from the creative using the product. And that distinction really matters. In Flex, AI can use the functions in the product, but so can the creative. There will always be moments where the fastest, best, most natural thing is not to prompt. It is to take the mouse and move the object, to change the layout, to adjust the copy, to tweak the spacing and keep going. If I want to move something 15 pixels to the right, I don't want to have to write a prompt. I just want to grab it and move it 15 pixels to the right. Now that is control. And that is what makes AI useful within the real creative workflow. AI is changing the role of the creative, right? And we should recognize that. It is important to acknowledge that this role has constantly evolved over time. But now, the way that I think about it and the way that we think about it is that the human becomes the director. In fact, all creatives are becoming creative directors, not just the executor. The goal is not to remove the creative from the process. The goal is to remove the work that gets in the way of creativity. The repetitive work, the bulk changes, the resizing, mechanical tasks that have to be done, but they're just not where the real creative value is added. And AI can take on a huge amount of that. And that is so powerful because it gives creative teams more time for the work that actually matters. Judgment, taste, direction, knowing what to keep and what to change. That is why we are so bullish on the importance of the role of the creative. AI is very good at recognizing patterns. It is very good at repeatable, templatized, high volume work. But great creative work comes from knowing when to break the pattern. And that's where human judgment really matters. So our view is not that AI replaces the creative. Our view is that AI gives the creative more leverage. It helps them start faster, explore faster, remove repetitive work faster. But they still need the ability to take over, to direct, to refine, to make the final call. And that is the product philosophy that we have behind Flex AI. AI is part of the product, but it is not the whole product. The product still has to be powerful in the hands of the creative using it. So this is the guiding principle, and we'll keep coming back to this. Create anything, control everything. AI should lower the barrier to entry. It should raise the floor. It should help people get to a strong starting point faster than ever. But it should not lower the ceiling for what's possible with artificial constraints. If anything, it should raise the ceiling for the best creatives teams. Because when you pair AI with control, you get something much more powerful than just generation. You get workflow where ideas move faster, repetitive work gets reduced, and creative teams can explore more directions. But the creative still has the power to shape the final result in detail. That is the difference we care about. Not just prompt and generate, but create, control, refine, and ship. That is what we've been building towards with Flex and Flex AI. A product where AI helps you move faster, but never traps you inside the output it creates. A product where the creative remains in charge of the outcome. And honestly, that is the thing we are most excited about. Because I think AI, when paired with control, can be one of the biggest leaps forward for creative teams in a generation, not because it threatens creativity, but because it unlocks it.